Hey guys, what's going on? It's Sink here, and today I have William IS with me. Say hi.
Hello.
Now, today we're going to do a little video which we haven't done for a while, which is our Imagine interviews. Now, for those of you that have been fans of us for quite a while, this is a series we started 1 or 2 months ago, which was hosted by Nita at the time, in which he interviewed Blight on his preferences, in the COD community, how he got into Call of Duty, and really what he felt about the entire sniping community. And it's a series which we want to do so you get to know us, you get to be part of our family, which is really what we want. Now, today we have our second guest for episode 2, which is Wiliam IS. He is one of our
Hello again.
He's one of our leaders, which you guys probably don't see of much on the channel, but he does a lot for us, which he'll go into right now.
I don't play Xbox as much as Blight does.
Yeah, go on.
No, but I'm more of the organizer. I stay back in the background, I guess you can say, the janitor, and basically make sure edits are getting done. Make sure that player clips are ready and that they're up to standard. That our Dropbox is taken care of. Our Weebly page. That our partners are happy. I also work on pursuing our partners and maintaining and building new relationships, such as the apparel partner we're about to release with, and our full screen partner, which we actually just launched with, if you guys didn't notice. And I also am the person in charge of recruiting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So basically, if you mess up, the hand of no, not really. No. But yeah, that's my job. I'm kind of the background organizing most of the time.
Yeah.
Get on Xbox, maybe once or twice a week, 3 times a week.
Well, that's something that Blight also covered in his interview, how you were more the micromanaging type and you made sure everything ran smoothly. Which is
I don't like the micromanaging type, because I have a really low BS meter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really good BS meter, but its tolerance level is very low.
Yeah.
So I don't think we even have a lot of micromanaging issues in us,
no, we
which
don't
is a
really.
wonderful thing.
Yeah.
All you leaders out there.
Yeah. Anyway, now, something people don't know about you is that despite you being a player, yes, he plays, you are also an editor and you do videography, as you call it. Now, why don't you go into that and how you started this editing and what you think about it?
Well, I really started editing kind of casually, like a young teenage boy would, which is code for terribly, back when I started playing Xbox in 2007. But for all you editors out there, you probably realize that the most annoying thing besides something crashing in the middle of a project is having a slow computer that's too slow to handle the effects you want to handle. So that was the main problem with me editing. And then I got my new computer when I got into sniping, and basically it just went from there. I mean, I've watched thousands of hours of tutorials, even though I don't have a lot of time to produce stuff, just because my college schedule, and frankly, I have a huge OCD perfectionistic problem with my edits.
Yeah.
So most of them get kind of lost in that network somewhere before they're released. But I've done a lot of logo designs, and I've done a lot of IRL videos for some real clients, using the IRL, the online lingo.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of stuff for my brother and for some music producers, stuff like that, just kind of conceptual. That's why I call it videography instead of editing.
Yeah.
Just because it's kind of conceptual like that.
Well, yeah,
and
you definitely know a lot
like
about the programs that you use. You use Maya, Cinema 40, 3ds Max, and all that.
Because I don't make it.
Yeah. Well, it's really something that not a lot of people knew. And when I first met you, I didn't know
I have
it
a project in the works.
until
It's a secret.
until at one point, we were in a call and you were just showing me all these things that you were doing. I mean, it was absolutely insane. I had no idea that you knew so much about all these programs, which are really advanced. Stuff that Arsolve and Raspberry would use, and it's an amazing part which not a lot of people know about you, since you're more than just the
Well, especially
player.
to the problem that as you get better as an editor, you look back in your old. It's like an editor syndrome. It's like a disease. You go back and you think all your old work is shit.
Oh my god,
So,
yes.
I mean, that's why I haven't really had the motivation to kind of pile it all up in a portfolio, even though I would have really liked to. That's why my YouTube channel has 5 videos,
Yeah.
because those 5 videos are really nice. They're perfect stuff.
Yeah.
And I've got some 2D stuff and stuff like that. But I'll be coming out with a project soon
Yeah.
to show you guys.
So another thing, how did you get into the Call of Duty community, and how did you start playing it, really?
Well, I actually started playing all the way back in '07 when COD 4 came out, but I wasn't sniping. I didn't start sniping until like 2013, I think was when I joined my first team. But I was actually bouncing, which was a lot of fun. I spent many hundreds of hours bouncing over probably about a 5-year span.
Jeez.
I had my own bouncing team and everything. I made a lot of great friends. We progressed wonderfully.
Yeah.
I made a lot of great videos with a lot of good friends. We got a lot of good partners and a lot of good opportunities. It was a lot of fun. I've maintained a lot of those friendships, I guess you could say, kind of quotation marks, because they are online friends.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you see basically somebody grow up from pre-puberty to 20-year-old college student, I guess you can call them your friends.
Yeah, I think you
But
can.
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So what exactly are these bounces, and how do they work?
Oh, don't get me started now. Basically, it's a problem with the surfaces on COD 4 where if you hit them with a certain angle and a certain speed, you'll go flying. And it really is the coolest glitch in any Call of Duty history, just because of the total competitiveness of it. Obviously, if you guys know what a strafe jump is, there are techniques that you can do to improve your strafe jump and to improve your RPG jump and your glitching skills. And as you start to pursue these more difficult bounces, you have to combine more and more of these difficult techniques and get closer to perfection with these difficult techniques until they're just a level that's outstandingly difficult and takes many thousands of tries to get one. And then when you post it on your channel, everybody's like, "Oh, no way, I didn't think." It was a lot of fun. It's kind of like hitting a quad, sort of.
I've also seen.
But it felt the same.
I've also seen you play and make little maps which are sort of like obstacle courses where you have to figure out each single jump and how to get to the next part of it.
I'm sure you guys are seeing some videos in the background here, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I wasted a lot of time doing that.
What don't we all waste?
Even though I did, well, I wouldn't call it wasted, because if it weren't for COD 4, I wouldn't have found my love for video editing and stuff like that. So, and it opened a lot of doors too.
I can say the exact same. If it weren't for COD 4, I wouldn't have found my love for video editing. Alright, moving on. What is your favorite Call of Duty? Which is probably going to be a pretty easy question for you to answer.
Well, in the pastime category, it would definitely be COD 4, just because of the thousands of hours on that game. For the sniping, probably ironically Ghosts. I know it's not exactly a popular Call of Duty, but I've always been a huge fan of the quick scopes, I guess you could say. Oh, you can ask my friends.
Yeah.
I bitch about hard scopes all the time, but I mean, that's like, everybody does it, let's be honest, guys, on Xbox when you're playing another team. But just because Ghosts, the other team can kill you so unbelievably fast in that game, that if you want to get a nice, competitive, aggressive clip, you have to be really fast with your sniper rifle. And I mean, that's just been something I was always really good at, so hitting clips hasn't really been a problem. So the game has stayed really fresh to me, and I really enjoy spending time on it. So.
Well, yeah, I haven't played Ghosts myself either, but it definitely seems to be much more of a fast-paced game, and I actually just love the way it looks, except for this.
Well, probably fast, not as fast-paced because the maps are bigger, but it's just more technical with each kill. It's not as, it's not as easy as, shoot and go as it was in past CODs.
Yeah, makes sense. One bad thing about Ghost, though, which I think a lot of people hate, especially editors, is the lack of any sort of theater mode or any way to record clips. Other than that,
my lord.
Yeah, which has actually led to a lot of our players, especially in IS as well, to decide to go back to Black Ops 2 on any sort of previous CODs. Well,
it's not necessarily because of that, but I mean, Blight and I realize that we have players that are passionate about other Call of Duties, and if we want them to be successful and be hitting wonderful clips for the team, they have to be motivated in doing what they're doing, which is why we let them play other Call of Duties. And we've got some really talented players in IS that do not play much or any of Ghost, but hit really nice clips.
Yeah. And we also get some people, you know, who decide to party up and they play really well in one game, like combination of favorite Ghost combination, Dom and Nico.
Yeah, but in the perspective,
Yeah.
Ghost is crap for editing.
Yeah, Ghost.
I mean, not only because there's no theater mode, so you're freehanding again. It's back to COD 4 days, but you don't have any character models or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm not in as much to the PC side of things, so I think it has to do with maybe a change in one of those. But so really all the cinematic stuff that editors really love to do is kind of taken out.
Well, I have seen a lot of amazing cinematics, ones that almost match the cinematics you'd find in Black Ops 2.
True.
So it's, I think people, it has almost led them to be more creative in that way, and
True. I like having character models, but
yeah, of course, yeah. Character models are great for when you're creating your own 3D. Now, next thing is, what is your favorite clip that you have ever hit, and why?
Oh. Well, probably all-time favorite, just for the sheer shock value. It's probably my first triple on Modern Warfare 3. It was... I didn't even have my MSR gold yet, so it was really early in the whole sniping revolution for me. But it was on that... it was on Seatown. And I'm sure you guys that have played Modern Warfare 3 a lot know that there's a bridge. And then if you're walking up the bridge, to the right there's that little low area with the boxes and the ladder where you can climb up in, you know, to the middle area.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I was playing Sabotage. I think I was going tryharding for some emblem or something. And I actually got a triple on people just randomly lining up that were all going for the bomb. Really triple! And I'm sure you can see me in the clip. I like stop and then I move forward. I'm like, what? What? Like, what happened? It was really funny. And it was one of the more exciting moments of my sniping career. What?
Did you knife the air to make sure it's legit?
No, I did not, unfortunately.
No, it's not legit. Set up.
One of probably my favorite clip of all time was probably my double 5 on. I think I've hit nicer clips than a double 5 on, like I'm sure I have, but just the double 5 on I got BO2 Plaza.
Oh, yeah.
All because of Apathy's reaction.
Oh, yes.
That man gave me the scream of a lifetime, and Hiatus was in the background too. He was really funny, and I've probably listened to that thing hundreds of times. I even go back to it sometimes just to get some laughs. Apathy and I are great friends, and it's something that we still smile about. So just the sheer comedic value that makes that my favorite clip.
I remember editing that clip. I think it was in the first clip of part 3 of Team Taj 5, and I had to cut out the reaction just because it didn't fit the song, but it was absolutely hilarious. I mean,
we will play the reaction in this interview.
Yeah.
Apathy is for you, babe.
Yeah, we definitely should. And right at the end, I'll put that in.
Wait.
Alright, so what inspired you to start in the sniping community? I mean, you started as a bouncer, so you wouldn't have really started as that. What really made you think, alright, I can hit clips and I can, you know, make them into montages and people are going to enjoy watching them?
Well, it was actually more of a sad story, to be honest. I was bouncing, I think, well, my old bouncing team, we got asked to host a big challenge by a team called Map Monkeys. And back in the day, if you had 100,000 members on your website, you were big time shit.
Yeah.
And so, when that kind of fell through, the community kind of changed. It fell through because there wasn't enough people, because obviously bouncing was patched in World at War, so kind of the community kind of tapered off to begin with.
Yeah.
But then what really hurt is what the thing to understand about bouncing is it's not like sniping. When you're sniping, it's you against the players. When you're bouncing, it's you against yourself. And that's the wonderful, appealing aspect to it. But because they're bounces and not unlimited amounts of clips, there are a finite amount of glitches, of new glitches in the game.
Yeah.
So as the game got older and the average skill level of players got better and better and better, there would be a lot of jealousy that came with really good bounces. A lot of hate between teams. There was always little nitpicky arguments, because back in the day you couldn't find editors, just because the concept of editing for another team was not even on anybody's radar. So there were a lot of bounces that would stay kind of under the radar until a video came out. So there was obviously bickering. You know, I found this first. No, I found this first when it came out. And I spent a long time with some old friends named Colby and Trey making a montage, in Austin too, making a montage called the Crash Showcase Filling the Void. You guys can probably see that in the background. And it was a wonderful video. It's the only bouncing video to date that went on Machinima.
Wow.
That was when I had my Machinima partnership way back in 07 to 09, when it was, 09 to 2011, when it was actually, like, difficult to get a Machinima partnership. And it got a lot of hate, which was really frustrating.
Yeah.
And it also got false flagged. I knew it was a false flag because it had said that Infinity Ward had personally removed the video. And considering the fact that we had hundreds of other Infinity Ward stuff on our channel and it didn't get removed was really frustrating. And then it didn't get removed on Crusader's channel, which was the man who edited it. He was a wonderful editor. One of my favorites of all time, actually. And so I finally got that back. It took about a month to get all the strikes off my channel. And that put my partnership into some major problems. I had to work a lot of hours and take a lot of phone calls to get it back. And basically, there was just no point. I knew that if I spent a lot of time making a video that I felt was wonderful, that people wouldn't think it was wonderful. Not because it was a crappy video, but because I made it and because they didn't make it, which was the bad truth. So I got into sniping, and I met my very first sniper friend that I met. His name was Myth Rise, and that is what started my sniping destiny. Myth had less than 1K. I joined right after 1K.
Jeez.
Myth Rise. We sniped probably hundreds of hours on Modern Warfare 3. We became great friends. We actually planned up on meeting sometimes, just because we both live in Texas. Oh, I'm telling you where I live. No. But it was a lot of fun. He was great. And so that was my first team, was Myth. And that's how I got into the sniping thing. The idea of editing a montage or getting a montage edited for YouTube had not even crossed my mind until I met Rise and started seeing what kind of content Myth was putting out. So you could say you bounced back from that. Oh, that's a good one, Steve. How long were you thinking of that one?
Yeah, for about 3 or 4 minutes there. I was like, wait until I can pop that. Anyway, so really, I guess that was the things that he showed you were really the first montages that you watched. The early Myth ones, weren't they?
Yep.
So you're also one of the original members of IS. Now,
I am, yes.
You've seen it grow since then. What do you think about that establishment factor that we've had?
Well, when I was not leader originally, Blight and Snuff were leaders originally. They were people that I was really close with, which is why I was really excited when Blight asked me to co-lead IS. And just the idea of somebody like Imagine... Keep in mind, I had not been in the sniping community for more than a year. Like, it was probably 8 months.
Yeah.
Well, probably 7 months, 6 months, something like that. Not an extreme amount of time. And then Imagine Customs and the really sexy Blight asked me to come help out. It was a really, really fun opportunity. And basically, it was a lot of fun because I not only got to keep the relationships that I had in Myth, like with Apathy and Blight and stuff like that, who I'm now really close with now, but we got to build a team and see something of ourselves grow. We met Sam, who's the owner of Imagine Customs, who is a great guy and who is helping us out with a lot of stuff right now. Yeah. You will see it very soon.
Yes,
it's very exciting to be a part of that. And it was just so exciting to meet all these people. And my experience from kind of the glitching teams kind of was a learning curve for me. It really prepared me for this, and which I think is why we're organized now.
I mean, you definitely want to...
And it was just really fun to meet these people and to meet new people, and it's great because I don't feel like I have to live up to anybody as the leader of a team, but I can kind of, joke around with the team how I want stuff, and I make really personal efforts to get to know everybody on a personal level in IS. Yeah. And it's just a lot of fun, and it's definitely a perspective that I am very thankful for.
Well, you definitely covered a huge thing there for me, which makes me absolutely love IS. It feels like much more of a personal thing. I feel like I'm just with my friends. It's almost like a second family to me. And I think that's a great thing that we have in our team that really helps us progress in that way.
The rule is, in the Skype party chats, if you don't have your shirt off, you're not a bro. No.
No.
No, but yeah, we have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun.
Yeah, we.
We're definitely got some meetups planned, some IRL videos for you guys to show that. We're gonna go toilet paper house.
No. I think it's gonna be sort of hard for you guys to meet me. I mean, I'm all the way in Australia.
Yeah, you live on the other side of the world.
Yeah,
but
yeah, dude.
There are people in IS that live in Texas and Colorado.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So it will definitely happen.
Yeah, it should be really funny. Yeah, we always have those sort of Skype calls going on between the editors or something like that. Something else.
And FNT.
FNT, yeah. Anyway, moving on before we reveal too much. Who is your favorite player?
Well, I'm going to answer you straight, and then I'm going to answer you what you guys want to hear. Favorite player of all time is definitely Blor-IS. He's no longer Blor-IS because he got picked up by a much larger team than IS. But I'm going to call him Blor-IS.
You will be missed.
But he is just, whenever I play with that guy, we just laugh our ass off the entire time. And I think it's safe to say that whether he is in PES or Dare or FaZe, we will have a great relationship.
Yeah.
Just because I want to play with people like Blor when I get on. So that's the answer that you didn't want to hear, but it's the truth. Just because I like to have fun.
Yeah.
I don't really like to grind too much when I get on. I like to have fun with my
And
friends.
that's what a community is really based off of. It's having fun and showing that to other people. What?
Favorite player, just for player aspects, was probably FaZe Cuban. I'm not. Is he still in FaZe?
No, I don't think so. I think he left a little while ago.
Basically, I like his playing a lot. I'm gonna say that because he hasn't died yet. Not like, but just because I am a huge adamant person, very adamant about quick scoping versus hard scoping. And you guys that know me personally know that. I think of it like this: like, if your mom asks you to go upstairs and clean your room, and you do a half-assed job, and she comes up 50 minutes later and sees that it's still a shithole, and you're like, no, Mom, it's just better than it was. It's better than it was 50 minutes ago. She's going to be like, hey, get your ass off the computer and clean this room up again. Stop splitting hairs. I feel like the whole quickscoping versus sniper thing, oh, I'm not a quickscoper, don't call me that. That's rude. I'm not a feeder, I'm a sniper. I feel like it's all BS.
I mean, yeah.
Excuse me if I'm offending everybody, but like, to be honest, it's not that much of a difference. Like, we still play with sniper rifles, and we go for clips, and after it's been edited, usually it's pretty hard to tell anyway. And if you're somebody that has no idea what we do, it's gonna look the same anyway.
Yeah.
But just because of the skill level, I've seen that man's raw clips, and the whole awareness feed idea, cross map, quick scopes, black scopes, the whole shooting,
Jeez.
you need to do thing, whatever. It's very entertaining, and it's admirable, definitely.
And also, who is your favorite editor?
Ooh, wait, this is all time, right? It's not necessarily IS. Right?
No, it's anybody.
Oh. Well, when I think of editing, I think it's important to say my reason first. I'm not so much of a, how much crap can you throw in there. I'm really about the mood established from it. My favorite part of editing is actually the audio engineering, even though that's what you do last. But it's because I feel like it's not the effect you put in, but it's the quality of the effect you put in and what mood you established with those effects. Which is why I'm not really much of a, a hardcore screamo rap, just because it's difficult to establish a mood. I'm actually working on a project right now that you guys will get to see, where hopefully, you feel the way I feel about it when you see it. It's an edit I'm working on. It's Cataclysm 2.
Oh, exciting.
But, surprise! No, but probably the people that do that best to me, in my eyes, are probably Ansel and Arzolv.
Yeah, definitely agree.
And I had the pleasure of working with both of them, and I have a pretty good relationship with Arzolv. In terms of Ansel, by working with him, I mean saying like hi once or twice on Skype.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've got him added on Skype. I can just say hi whenever. So, just send him a quick IM. But whenever I see Ansel's edits, there's always a really firm mood that's established with it.
Yeah.
And the most important thing, I'd say Ansel is a little bit better in Arzolve in establishing a mood, but something that they're both incredible at is you need to download their YouTube videos, import them into a program, and blow it up 1000% with a microscope to see the problems with it. That's how flawless they are in their edits, because they don't always use, you know, the best effects. Well, they do use the best effects, but what I'm saying is, like, it's not about the effects. It's the fact that they're using these ridiculously complicated effects, and they're doing it perfectly almost every time. And it's wonderful to see that, because I'm sure all you guys out there that have seen, you know, the mini Tages on the channel and stuff, and all you editors out there, you know what I'm talking about. When you look at a video and you're like, I don't understand how the guy finishing this project could be happy with his work. That's something I admire about them both, is every project that comes out on their channel, I can honestly say, is extremely close to perfection. You can honestly look at that. They're communicating with the viewers, to put it extremely cheesily. Is cheesily a word? Cheesy.
Well, yeah.
They're communicating with the viewers, they're establishing a mood, and they're using effects that complement, thank you, that complement that mood, and it just makes for a wonderful final product.
Well, yeah, that's definitely also what you want to do as an editor, especially film editors do that as well. You go for the mood, and you go for really what you want them to feel. You don't go for what looks cool. You go for what you want people to feel.
But they do it every time. Their edits look pretty fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, they do look cool, but it's really because it connects with the music, it connects with you, and that's what makes it so amazing. Alright, well, guys, I think we're going to have to close it off here. You want to say bye, Will?
Alright. I do. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
I'll do the Queen Elizabeth II wave.
Yeah.
That's the rotation of the wrist, if you guys don't know. Goodbye, everyone.
We will see you in next episode. Really, it depends on you guys who you want to see me interview. Really, just
comment, guys.
Yeah.
We actually read them.
Comment or tweet it, and we will read it, and we will interview that person. And it's going to be very entertaining.
It will be fun.
Alright, guys. Alright, guys.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Right?
Oh!
Losing.
There you are.
Oh!
Oh!
What? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?